My favorite form of content are podcasts, clips that I see on TikTok, things on YouTube about these women who think that they deserve a high value man after they had a baby by another high value man. If he didn't want you, what makes you think that another man will? In their brains, they think that another man wants to be a stepfather. And we all know that's not the route to go. To each their own. If you feel like you want to be that stepfather, you go ahead. I'm trying to fit the niche to the people who watch me. And without further ado, we'll get into these clips that I got.
Men fixate a lot on someone's past because they feel that another man can permanently taint a woman. You don't have that power.
You don't think
a man cannot permanently taint me?
But a lot of women are they've had relationships that have completely changed their personalities, the way they trust a man, the way they view men in general. I feel like you can be in a messed up relationship that can really mess you up.
But I feel like when it comes to past and a man focusing on what happened 5 years ago or what man you slept with or what guy you were with, that is thinking when this man stuck his penis in her, she no longer has value. We're the whores, but who are we all? Fuck. But the truth of the matter is, it's like, if you meet somebody that makes sense, whether they have a kid, whether they've been with someone publicly, why miss out on potential love of your life just because some guy dated her and it didn't work out?
That's probably the mature mindset.
That was Brittany Renner. If you guys didn't know, she has a baby with PJ Washington, the NBA star. And she just was saying that man cares about a woman's past. Well, do women not care about a man's future? As they should, because of course they want to protect her, they want to provide her, they want to lead her, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You see, me as a man, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that. But when a man has standards, the whole world ends. You can't have standards, men. She said that a woman's past doesn't matter, but it really does matter, especially when you had a child with another man. And if you're a man who doesn't have kids, 9 times out of 10, you don't want to be a stepfather, because you're going to have 100% responsibility for the woman and her child or her children, but you won't have 100% authority. They say that, oh, yeah, you'll be able to discipline my child, and I'm not talking about harsh punishment or hitting them or anything like that, which I don't see nothing wrong with that. You don't abuse children, but sometimes they need a pat on the ass. But when that situation actually occurs, they don't like it. They say one thing and then they do another. She was also saying that a man cannot taint them. Yeah, they do taint you. Baby daddy can always come back in the picture. I don't care what they say. The baby daddy can always come back in the picture. He has her for life. And if she was smart enough to play her cards right and not give PJ Washington hell, he would probably do more for her. But see, these women don't understand that their femininity is their power. They don't get it. If you be a feminine woman, show that man that you actually care and that you love him, he'll actually give you the world. But for some reason, they just want to be masculine. So a woman's past does matter to a man, and a man's future does matter to a woman.
Why do you think men struggle with monogamy so much more than women?
I think they just have so many options and it's so easy, and I feel like women too, we kind of did ourselves a disgrace, because here you are accepting and willingly being that side bitch and making it so easy that you ruin it for fucking everybody. And they think it's like something to be proud of. It's disgusting.
You can't lie, it's not natural.
Excuse me?
You don't think so?
It clearly ain't that unnatural if it's evolved to this place.
But it's evolved. Don't you think that's from a place of men doing it, so women try to go against their natural?
There was a point in time, women before us, they had no rights. This is the most freedom we as women have had collectively in just career and visibility and using our voices and being in prominent spaces. So I think it's more disgusting for a woman to be like that. No.
Now, the woman who spoke in the beginning, that was Denise Garcia. That is one of the Ball's baby moms, I think. I'm not sure. But she was saying that men have so many options, right? But the truth be told is that the average man doesn't have that many options. She's talking about those top 10% guys out there that majority of women sought after. So those are the men with all the options, not the average men. The average man, he gets looked over all the time. And he could work at McDonald's, he could work at Target, and he shows all those masculine qualities, but they'll look over him because he doesn't make a certain amount of money. He's not a certain height, but they'll just walk by past that man and actually miss an opportunity because they want these men that are so sought after. And those are the men who have the options. And it's crazy to me to think that a man who has so many options is going to be faithful to you, and on top of that, you're a headache. Make that make sense. A man who has options isn't going to deal with a woman who gives him a headache. He's going to go exercise his other options. And he might even be with you. And I do think that the man should be 100% truthful with you on how the relationship is going to go, so you can decide what you're going to want to do. But he should tell you, yeah, you'll be my main chick, but I will exercise my options if I feel like I want to. So they talk about men have so many options. It's not the average man. It's the top 10% of earners out there. The men who they want to be 6'5", make 6 figures a year, make $1 million a month, all these crazy things that they say, right?
You have made comments saying that you would never wife someone who has a child with someone in the league. So my question to you is, like, what inspired you to feel that way?
What comments are you specifically talking about?
I think you're talking about when he said that he wouldn't wife somebody that was already
that had talked to an athlete.
Yeah.
I feel like if you dated like publicly like a player, it would be hard just because it would be tough dating someone's old girl and they just always have that like over you. It takes a very understanding person to want to take on that role when you're going into life with a woman who has a child. It's something that I've always thought I would steer away from. Could be like an ego thing or like a
insecurity thing.
I don't know. It could be. I'm open to change. I'm not stuck in my ways.
As a man, if I was in the NBA league, I wouldn't want to date somebody's ex-girlfriend or their baby mama. As a high-value man, so they say, or a top-tier man, you have an abundance of options. This is why I don't get why these celebrities and these athletes date the same women. I just don't get it. Why do you guys date the same women? There's so many women around the world who you have access to, and you choose to date a woman who's in the limelight when you could be with a woman who's not in the limelight, who's not all on social media, who's not a 304. Wouldn't you rather do that? Wouldn't you rather have that? So when you make it, whether you're a superstar or you're a plumber, a blue collar guy, a wireman, a linesman, a laborer or whatever, and you're making a good amount of money, because you don't need to make 6 figures a year to live a comfortable life. These women's standards are just through the roof, and they're delusional, and they don't even have money themselves. You don't need to date somebody who has a child. You damn sure shouldn't date any of your homeboys' exes, any of your homeboys' baby mamas, or just girls who get around. You don't need to do that. So, fellas, don't be out there simping. Don't be a stepdad. You do what you want to do. I don't think that you should be a stepfather, especially if you don't have any children, because you have 100% of the responsibility, but you don't have 100% of authority. Because when it comes down to disciplining her child, she will not like it. She's going to question you. And you don't need that. If you have your own children, you have your own legacy, you don't have to deal with that. That's your blood. Nobody can tell you nothing. So if you like the video, you want to see more reactions to these podcasts or these clips that I got, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm out.